feels inside her now. Jed's cutting hedges with a serious frown. Oliver's dancing while Callum spins around. Yeah, Julia's got a grin that lights up the day. Little horse box bar calling, come this way. Laughter echoes over fields so wide. Lincolnshire vibes, we got nothing to hide. Snap a clip, YouTube lights, stories told under golden skies. Every joke, every smile we share. Halfway house magic's everywhere. Oh, laughter's rolling strong. Halfway house friends where we belong. Oliver, Julia, Callum in the frame. Lincolnshire fun will never be the same. Oh, sing it loud, sing it proud. Halfway house beats, we draw the crowd. From Manby Road to the countryside, come join the fun, take the ride. Yeah, Jed's hedge is perfect, but the hat's gone missing. Oliver's making faces, Callum's joking, glistening. Julia's laughing, pouring cheer into the night. Little horse box glowing, everything feels right. Snap a clip, YouTube lights, stories told under golden skies. Every joke, every smile we share. Halfway house magic's everywhere. Oh, laughter's rolling strong. Halfway house friends where we belong. Oliver, Julia, Callum in the frame. Lincolnshire fun will never be the same. Oh, sing it loud, sing it proud. Halfway house beats, we draw the crowd. From Manby Road to the countryside, come join the fun, take the ride. Who put the rubber chicken on the fence? Callum's laughing, Oliver's nonsense. Julia's spilling drinks in the funniest way. Jade's shaking his head, but it's all okay. Oh, laughter's rolling strong. Halfway house friends where we belong. Oliver, Julia, Callum in the frame. Lincolnshire fun will never be the same. Oh, sing it loud, sing it proud. Halfway house beats, we draw the crowd. From Manby Road to the countryside, come join the fun, take the ride. Woo! Halfway house laughs, yeah, we're alive. Oliver, Julia, Callum, bring the vibe. Woo!
Yeah, good morning campers, good afternoon, good evening, depending when you're watching this. Hope you've all had a great week. We've sort of struggled this week, I'll be honest with you, for footage. Me and Julie has had a bit of a break for 3 or 4 days. But the weather's just been horrendous. Again, as probably you all know, I'll show you a quick look at what we tried to do and where we're at now with it this week when we got back. So we'll have a look at that now and then we'll come back. The main dog walking field is looking lush, probably best it's looked since we moved in down here. Really good. So we just managed to keep off this all winter. But some of the other areas it's been quite difficult trying to get jobs done. It's got to be one of the wettest winters I've ever known. It's just never stopped. We were reading something the other day, apparently it's rained every day since Christmas. Camping field's also looking well. Just need to get the pipe work back on now that I've finished that wall. As you can see, trying to get anything done with the new reception and the landscaping, absolute nightmare. It's just absolutely waterlogged, so there's nothing happening here for a few weeks. Yeah, as you can see, we did make a start, and this is what's happened. The weather this last 2 weeks, well, the weather for the last 6 weeks, has just been absolutely horrendous. And we've just had to give up on this for now. Hopefully we'll be able to get it finished. It's going to want 2 or 3 weeks drying time, but we can even attempt to do any more work here. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty wet out there, pretty damp. Toilet's still ongoing. We've got the sheets, they've been delivered, the shower sheets, so we can start cladding the walls. So hopefully this week that'll move on and get more or less to completion. And then that's all the jobs done, sort of, except the external stuff. And then we're going to start, obviously, what are we now, 4 or 5 weeks off opening, fingers crossed if the weather picks up. Start putting the signage back up, to take all the signage in over the winter. So all the swing sign on the road goes back out, the flag goes back up, all the sort of signage around the site goes back up, so that's to do. So yeah, we just need this weather to break really now. I really do. It's getting us down a little bit, to be honest. So what I thought we'd do while we can't do much out there, we thought we'd have a bit of a catch up and sort of see where we are so far and where we are sort of this year. I think we've mentioned it before. One of the big things we did last year were the suggestion cards. Like, if anybody's new to the channel, it was our first year running a campsite last year. We've obviously had motorhomes for many years and caravans, and we've sort of gone touring everywhere. And we sort of put these suggestion cards in, and to be fair, 95% of them were really positive, all positive, everything we were doing and that, so we must be doing something right. But like I said, there were a few, you could do with some showers and things like that, and a pot washing area, which is coming this year, definitely. Whether it will be done before we open, I'm not so sure yet. But definitely during 2026, we will be installing that area. So what we thought we'd do is sort of show you what our aims are for 2026, really. Going back on the cards, like I say, we seem to be doing quite a lot right. But we like it when sort of guests feel like they've found a bit of a secret here. And I know it can backfire on you that way, because they don't tend to sort of shout it from the houses, because they don't want it to be fully booked. Hence why we brought the online booking in, where you can literally see live what you're doing, where we are, what we've got available. And that is working really well, to be fair. So, like I said, bookings are up massively on this time last year already. And we also want guests to be treated like individuals and not just booking numbers. So when they come into this new reception area, we don't want to just come out and hand you a piece of paper like we were doing last year. Oh, there you go, that's your pitch. We want to be here to welcome you if possible, and show you your pitch, and then you can literally do as you please. So yeah, we want to try. What else we want to sort of do? We sort of want to make it so, like, if we've got a lot of past guests, and we sort of treat them, or we think they're our friends now, really, and some of them message us quite often, weekly, monthly, just to touch base, and we love that. We want people to come to this site and feel like we remember the names, we remember the dogs if they've brought a dog with them, and build a relationship where they feel comfortable, come have a laugh with us, if they want. Like I said before, some people just want to come, sit on their own, and that's perfect. What else we want to do? Cleanliness. Again, we've had no markdowns for cleanliness. Everybody's sort of put 5-star, and I think when it's only a 5-pitch site, there's no excuse really for having dirty toilets, dirty facilities whatsoever. So we sort of try 100% keep up on that everything, obviously it's probably going to be a little bit harder now we've got showers, but at the end of the day, 99% of the people that we've had last year, if not 100 really, not had no issues whatsoever. The toilets have been spotless throughout really. So hopefully, we'll keep that up. We check them at least twice a day, if not more, to be honest. So yeah, don't you heard that? That's the tree just blown over. It's all in a pot, don't worry, it's not a planted one. So we want facilities that are quite, I won't say simple, nice, but usable, simple facilities. That are immaculate and hopefully unforgettable as you as guests. You'll always think, when we went to the halfway house, the toilets, the facilities were always spotless, fully working. So yeah, that's the sort of main aims of 2026 of where we want to be and how we want to sort of be remembered really as to you as guests. So yeah, what we want also to do is, while we can't really do much and we're doing this sort of vlog this week, sort of from the office, is if you could leave in the comments box anything you'd like to know, any questions whatsoever, we can sort of answer them in next week's, or anything you'd like to see really. Obviously there might be things that we've missed that, again, we've asked this a couple of times, and at a minute we've had any really comebacks, but anybody they'd like to see something on site, or they'd like to see us do something throughout the year. I mean, we've had a few ideas. It's like, we had a couple of picnic benches that we left out in the camping field last year. We're going to sort of make that area maybe at the side of the reception, and then people can sort of, I don't know, if people want to come and sit together, they can do, have a glass of wine. Like I said, a lot of people last year sort of came, met other guests, and sort of come back again later on in the year, and sort of came on the same weekend again because they met each other. Or some people, we've got a couple of times this year where people have booked the whole campsite, so they've booked the whole 5 pitches and they're all friends or family together. Which again, if we've got an area where they can all sit, in a communal area where they can all sit and have a natter, or they can take the chairs into the middle of the camping field, it's not an issue. I mean, we have got a pop-up marquee that we use for our other business, that again we've said to people, if you want to book the campsite for the full weekend and you all want to come, if the weather turns, we can always put this marquee up, then you've got somewhere to shelter and somewhere to sit and enjoy the weekend. But then again, do people want to be left alone? Obviously our camping field's quite a large field for 5 vans. The pitches are massive, and it's all open plan, and we don't have any rules. If you want to park lengthways, sideways, it don't matter to us. You can park at a diagonal. I mean, we've had people that park sideways to the edge that they can see what's going on and sort of people watch, or just sit and watch the world go by. We've had other guests that have said, look, can we park there? Can we park quite close to edge? We've got a dog that's, a little bit jittery, and, it can get spooked by people walking past. So again, if that's what you want to do, we're here to accommodate you. Yeah, you can park 3 inches away from edge if you want. It's not a problem. Obviously, all we ask is we keep the 6 metre rule, which is quite easy here. It's very easy here, to be honest. But we thought, do we put some edges in and shelter the pitches? But I feel that is quite restrictive. Then you've got to sort of back onto your pitch, because obviously where we set it out, it'd mean that you can't, maybe park sideways because there ain't enough width to get your tow vehicle in, and that. So that's that's ideas that, leave in the comments. Are we all right as we are? Would you prefer it to be segregated pitches? So yeah, that's another idea. Then what else we got? We obviously created this new reception area and this new sort of driveway into the site. It's a little bit more open plan, somewhere you can park while we check you in. And we've done the water to the pitches. We did that last year. Obviously, we've done the showers. So if anybody can think of anything else that we've missed, sort of facility-wise, or what they'd like to see in 2026, please, sort of leave it in the comments. It would be much appreciated. Another thing we've sort of thought of, obviously, as we've said before, it is a business, we're here to make money. But would people be interested in sort of, we've got like over 1,000 followers on this page now. We've got obviously a lot of guests that come to Halfway House. Would people be interested in some merchandise, sort of Halfway House, behind the pictures? And when we say merchandise, we don't mean hats, t-shirts, we mean things that may be useful to you as sort of motorhomes, caravanners, that you could use in your caravan, maybe coasters, you know, the metal flask cups and things like that. Just something that we could sort of have on display in reception, and you know, we're not looking to make a load of money on it. It's just something that people can sort of remember us by. Key rings, you know, for camper keys, caravan keys, just simple little things like that that had come in handy for you as caravanners and motorhomes. Again, it's just an idea. Whether it works, whether it'd go down well, I don't know. But it's just something a little bit different. So yeah, and then obviously we've got this pop-up pub that we have, as pop-up bar, obviously, as people know, as other businesses, mobile bar. So last year we did it about 4 or 5 times, I think, and it went really well. And people were ringing up and sort of saying, "Oh, when's your next one?" And we've had a few this year. "Oh, what dates are your pop-up pub nights?" And at the minute, this week is his plan to look through his dates, because obviously it's got to tie in when we're not doing as sort of bigger events and things, which we've sort of scaled back a little bit this year, to be honest, just so we can push the campsite a little bit more. But yeah, we're going to do the bank holiday weekends, because obviously we've only been a 5-pitch site. It's pointless putting a pop-up pub bar when there's only a couple of guests on site. It's just not feasible, really. So what we're doing is going to do the bigger weekends, the bank holiday weekends. Then we're going to pick certain weekends that we're going to advertise as the pop-up pub things. But then we also thought maybe, I mean, I'm not a massive football fan, but I do usually watch the World Cup, and obviously it's World Cup year this year. And I haven't even looked at the dates yet. It's just something I'm sort of saying off the cuff now is, you know, we've got the big screen. We could maybe sort of look at what weekends there's a big match on, obviously with England playing. Would people be interested in coming, booking that weekend? We'd have the pop-up pub, we'd have the match on the telly, and then people could watch the match together and obviously interact. It's just another thought. Some people might totally want to get away from that. I think it's a bad idea. Some people might think, no, it's a good idea. Again, it's all down to you guys letting us know what you think will work and what you think won't work, you know what I mean? As long as it's advertised well in advance. What we don't want is people to come thinking they're coming for a super quiet weekend, which, don't get me wrong, if there's a pop-up pub night, there's only ever 10 people at it, so it's not like it's a rowdy, it's just somewhere for people to interact with each other, have a natter, talk stories, where they've been camping, where they're going camping. You know, we had some really good ones last year, really good nights, and got to know a lot of people, and like I said earlier, that we could call as friends. And hopefully you as guests could also do that as well. So that's why we have them. Like I say, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't like them. That's why we don't have them every weekend. You know, it's probably once a month at most. And it's just picking those dates. What we want to try and do, if we do it this year, we're going to try and do it so it's the last Saturday of every month maybe, or the first, I don't know. We just need to go through our dates, and then have a look and then get them advertised. Like I said, we have had quite a few people that have said, when's your pop-up pub dates, then we can book. And we don't want to say we do them every weekend, because we don't. We need to pick the dates, then we can advertise them. Then the people that like that sort of thing, I mean, the amount of people we get ring up, so, you know, is there a bus into town? Where's the nearest pub? You know, which our nearest pub to here is probably a good 1.5 miles away, a couple of miles. So it's too far to walk on an evening, really, probably. You can get taxis, that ain't an issue, but it's nice just having that little personal touch on site, really, I think. So yeah, so that's another food for thought. So you could again leave your comments, see what you think, see what we think. You know, we're open to suggestions, we really are. Yeah, what else? So one of the other things we've thought of, which whether it's a good idea or not, is obviously, well, my son Callum, who does sort of all the editing for these videos and things, he's moving down here over the next couple of weeks, so it's going to make life a little bit easier with the channel editing and putting things together. So one of the reasons why we do it on a Sunday is because usually Kate comes down on a Friday for the weekend, and then we can sort of get his heads together, edit the videos. So that's one of the main reasons why we changed to Sundays. It started off on a Monday, but I've been thinking maybe when over the next couple of weeks, especially when we open, is maybe moving it to a Wednesday. And the thinking behind that is obviously a lot of people, and I know we certainly did, me and Julia, is look at the weather on a Wednesday. Oh, the weekend looks like it's going to be really good. Let's go away in camper. And it were a last minute decision, weather dependent. So I'm thinking if we do this channel and put it out on a Wednesday evening, say 6 o'clock, we could give you an update on the weather for the weekend down here in Louth. And also we could give you an update on any availability that we've got. So we could say, right guys, we've 2 pictures available this weekend. You know, if you want to come, get yourself online and get them booked. And it gives you a totally live sort of snapshot of what we've got weather-wise and also availability on the site. I just think it could be a good touch and something that's quite helpful to you guys and also helpful to us. You know, it gives us a chance to say, you know, out there straight away, you know, what we've got available that weekend. It could be that we've nothing available. It could be that we've 5 pictures available. But it might give us that boost, and it also helps you guys out as well. So that's another thought. So that'll probably happen over the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Once we get sort of you know, when we can open. I mean, if this were middle of March now, there's no way we'd be able to open. The field so wet. You know, it would just ruin the ground for the season. So hopefully over the next few weeks. It's got to dry out, the weather's got to pick up. I mean, it was sunny yesterday for the day, and it was lovely, it was quite hot really, and it did make a big difference, but then it's rained again all night, so we're back to square one, to be honest. So yeah, so that's another one. The channel will probably change to a Wednesday night. Again, leave in the comments if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. I just think another reason behind it as well is once the season starts, probably 95% or 90% of our subscribers probably have got caravans, motorhomes. They'll either be away or they'll be just coming back from a break, and they'll be emptying the vans, getting sorted out, and they probably won't be watching it. I know they can watch it on a Monday or a Tuesday, but I just think by moving it to midweek, it just gives people that option that they can watch it as it's released, and it's a live snapshot of what's happening on the campsite and what availability we've got. And also, it helps us, like I've said, we don't have massive advertising costs. Again, if you're new to the channel, this is the reason why we started this channel. It just gets us out there, and it gets people aware of Halfway House. So yeah, and like I said, right at the beginning, one of the main things is, you know, we wanted a brilliant 5-star 5-van site, you know, where you feel looked after, you feel relaxed, and you feel like you found something special. And that's what the aim of 2026 is, really. We've sort of, last year, like I said, we took on board any suggestions. We've implemented probably all of them, if not more. So hopefully this year, everybody that comes, it should be the perfect stay, you know. And we're dead laid back. I like to think we're sort of nice people to get along with, you know, and we'll make you feel as welcome as you want, you know. So once again, guys, sorry there hasn't been much action. I hope you've enjoyed the sort of snapshots of what we've done since we started this channel. But once again, thanks for watching. Have a great week, whatever you're up to, and let's hope this weather picks up. Don't forget, ring that bell, it really does help. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. See you all again next week. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.